What's up, everyone? It's your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself. Yours truly, back again with some more of this Monster Hunter Generations gameplay. And today we are actually going to be fighting the Yian Garuga. Now, I will say this guy right here, if you fought the Yian Kutku and you heeded my words, you fought the Yian Kutku, you made his weapons and whatnot, you should be fairly, used to the way in which he works, right? I'm assuming. These are assumptions, okay? Also, if you fought the Raytheon, and you've been fighting Raytheon, let's say you have Raytheon armor for whatever reason, okay? You kind of know how the Raytheon plays and fights and whatnot. Now, the Yian Garuga is the amalgamation of both of those monsters. It fights in ways of the Kutku does, because it is a Yian, a Yian type of monster, Y-I-A-N, okay? And it also fights like the Raytheon, because depending on how you look at it, you could say that the Yian Garuga gave the Raytheon some of the Raytheon's attacks. Again, depending on how you look at it. I mean, I like to think so. The Yian Garuga looks like a more grungy looking kind of monster. Like it's older in terms of like if you were to carbon date a Yian Garuga versus like a Raytheon, I could probably say that the Yian Garuga came before the Raytheon. I don't know what I'm getting at here. Anyway, what I'm saying is they have very similar attacks. Okay, very similar attacks. It is still birdy like that of the Kutku, and it does all kinds of like wild stuff. It's crazy. Okay, it's crazy. It also has a very serious temper, so it'll probably rage and it'll be tired and then it'll go right back to being raged like relatively quickly. It's a mess. But anyway, this monster's weakness is water. Now, running here with water, guys. Like right now, I'm using the Nibblesnarf's Lance, which I believe is a new one. I have never noticed Nibblesnarf having a lance. If he's always had a lance, I am blind and I totally missed this. I mean, I have never seen it before. I've never known that he had it. I was honestly gonna go in here with the gun lance until one of my homies told me that he actually has a lance. I was like, no kidding, bruh. So I took a gander, see what I had to do, and I was like, yo, I gotta get the lance. And the lance is really cool. Great lance. So if you have you some Nibblesnarf, if you have you some Royal Ludroth, anything that disperses the Ace to the Izzo, or maybe even the Ice if you got that, bring that here when you fight this bad boy. You're gonna need it because long fights with this guy do not go well. He'll hit you his full repertoire of attacks, and you'll be frustrated. I was frustrated. I mean, I didn't actually get a actual foot into this actual fight until maybe 6 minutes into it, when I was like, okay, I'm not playing your game. You have to play my game. It's kind of how you have to fight the Yian Garuga. The Yian Garuga, like I said, it fights a lot like Kutku, and it fights a lot like Raytheon, but it has a couple of new attacks on its own. But if you let it get set up and just let it just steamroll you, it's going to steamroll you all day. So with that being said, let's talk about briefly like his attacks and whatnot. We'll get to his armors and his weapons and other things in a little bit. But fighting him is going to be very crucial. He has the tail flip of the Raytheon, right? He can do the tail flip in two ways. He can just do it. He can roar, if you will. Like, he'll make like a sonic noise and he'll flap his wings going backwards, and then he'll rush through or rush back in and do a tail whip. Okay, be wary of that. Anytime he does that right there, he just did right there, be cautious. He can either just do it, or he'll do it and then come back with a tail whip. Be very cautious. He can also poison you just by swinging his tail around and hitting you. Granted, I don't think this works every time. I want to say, if anything, he has to be enraged. Because I was hit with it once and I wasn't poisoned, but I got hit with it another time and I thought I was totally poisoned. So I'm quite sure that if he's enraged and he swings the tail and you get hit with it, you're gonna get poisoned. So watch out for that as well. It also has a 3 fireball attack where it shoots it to the left, the right, and one through the center. It also has a beak attack where it'll attack with this beak and it'll like slam the ground. Now, when it's tired, it'll do that attack, and its face will get stuck in the ground, and then he'll try to pull it out, and then he eventually will pull it out, and then it gives you a chance to punish him. I mean, but with that being said, and the behaviors that Kutku and a Raytheon provide, that's pretty much this guy in a nutshell. He moves a lot, and he hits hard, and he's pretty ferocious, and he's pretty annoying. So just watch out for that. With that being said, let me say this about this guy's armor. His armor is amazing. Another really good set of armor that has been good since like the very beginning. you can get earplugs and mind's eye from this guy's armor, which are great skills. Okay, earplugs, you can never go wrong with earplugs. Earplugs is a great passive skill. Mind's eye allows you to hit monsters, with your weapon without your weapon actually bouncing off of the monster, which is amazing. I mean, who hates like swinging and hitting a monster and boing, you gotta bounce back? Mind's eye, you don't do that. You go right through it. So run this guy's armor if you can. His weapons are arguably some of the best poison weapons in the game. There are a lot of contenders for poison weapons in this game, I will definitely say. There's a lot of poison weapons in this game, but you can always count this guy being really good when it comes to his poison weapons as well. I mean, yo, we got Raytheon. We got Drake Queen Raytheon. We have 2 young Garugas. Iodrome. Dipceros. What else we got? Chameleos. That's a lot of poison. Anyway, yeah, there you go. So his weapons are great. All right, his weapons are really good. They were some of the best in 4 Ultimate. Next to Chameleos, that was it. And in certain cases, using the young Garuga's poison weapons were better. I'm looking at the lance. The young Garuga lance was incredible. It was like 600 attack, like 500 poison. It was insane. I loved it. But moving over, let's talk about the weapons in which I would recommend fighting this guy with. Whatever you're comfortable with, honestly. Sword and shield, yeah. Dual blades, not so much. He moves a lot, okay? He moves a lot. You can use the dual blades if you use something like aerial, okay? Or use a depth. That way, you know, you can go through the ugly and counterattack quickly enough. But in terms of styles, I would probably recommend Adept, honestly. I'd recommend Adept. Striker as well. I mean, like, it's strange, but like I was playing Striker Hammer, and I always play Striker Lance, Striker Sword and Shield, Striker not Dual Blades, but Striker Charge Blade, and they all seem to work fairly well when fighting this guy. I will say so. It might just be the fact that, you know, they're just honest to goodness good weapons, and Striker isn't a bad skill. Like I said, it's super versatile. But hey, I'm just, you know, Striker's my favorite style because I'm biased. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I'm biased. I apologize. I'm biased. Just use Adept. Okay, you can get away with aerial with like small swords like sword and shield and dual blades, because they'll probably benefit from it the most, because you need to use lots of damaging. Well, you have to hit it a lot to do any real damage, and the best way to hit it is when it's staying still after the mount. So there you go. With that being said, everyone, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today when it comes to this guy right here. I will say this though, every single fight after this is going to be hard. Okay, it gets serious after this guy. It really does. It gets real serious. But with that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. And as always, may the Desire Sensor forever be in your favor. By the way, seriously guys, get this guy's armor. I mean, it's sick. Like, I love it. It's pretty good. Mind's Eye is... I'm biased. I'm a Lancer. Can I be biased for like 10 seconds, guys? I'm a Lancer who loves him some Mind's Eye because I hate bouncing. Whatever. Desire Sensor, your favor, forever will it be in, and all that good stuff.